Hello, everybody, and welcome back to WonderCraft. So, you may be wondering, why am I standing at the dock? Why am I fishing? I mean, it's a dock, right? We use it to fish. We got some items here. I actually had an original, different intro for WonderCraft today, but I have been hit with some news that I feel like shouldn't have affected me as crazily as it did. But honestly, I am um it's hit me really hard. I have found out yesterday that someone that I look up to, Akira Toriyama, uh, passed away. He's the creator of Dragon Ball. He uh, supplied the art for Dragon Quest. I don't know exactly his involvement in Dragon Quest, but I know that his art style is based off it. He has some more series. I'm so sorry. He has a Rayleigh. I know her from the Budokai Tenkaichi games from like Mr. Slump, I think it's called. But he's a very prolific mangaka artist and animation creator. And I know him first and foremost from the creation of Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball GT, and all the movies that Dragon Ball is related to. And Dragon Ball has been it's been a big part of my life, and it's something that I've always loved. And I don't know why, and I'm sorry, but this just fucked me up so bad. And I was gonna do a fun little fishing episode where I was just gonna sit here and fish because I had no ideas. WonderCraft's like a week late or 2 weeks late at this point, and I didn't know what I was gonna do. And I think that what I do want to do is build something that is related to Dragon Ball. For me, Dragon Ball is like one of the first anime I really got into. It was the first sort of introduction to anime that I ever had, and it was a story that I loved, you know. I grew up watching this, and it was one of my favorite shows. I remember waking up early all the time on Saturdays or Sundays, getting up super early to just watch Dragon Ball on the TV. I bought the manga, I bought the big books of manga. I loved it, and to think that he's gone, just it shouldn't make me feel so crazy as I do, but it does. Like I just it it's weird to think that I care so much about someone I've never met, but um his work has really moved me to the point that like I have felt a lot of inspiration from him, and I've never dealt with losses very easily, so but I think since pneumonia is a very water filled town, I thought maybe we'd build another little island like the one over there. And we'd build Kame House from Dragon Balls, where the turtle hermit Master Roshi lives. And it would just be a nice little tribute and something that I could work on. Man. Toriyama is truly someone that inspired me, and many other people, as you may or may not know, but I just hope that one day, honestly, that I could achieve even like a microcosm of the skills and creative ideas that he made. I think the reason I loved him so much was just because I love the idea of making worlds, making different um characters and things, and Dragon Ball is just such a beautiful world. A lot of like all the Dragon Quests, Dragon Ball is such beautiful worlds with great messages, and it's just it's nuts, man. It's absolutely nuts. And I'm sorry for the very somber Very somber episode of WonderCraft. I know we come for goofs and gaffs and to relax, and I know a lot of people are going through their own things right now, and they don't maybe necessarily want to hear this kind of stuff, but it's just what my life has been like for a bit. It's crazy. I truly never thought I would feel this way about this. I never even really it never even crossed my mind. But I have just spent the past couple days just like completely in my feels. Maybe it just hit me at the wrong time, but it is it hit me hard, and I think it hit hard a lot of people. So it makes you feel better a little bit that I'm not crazy. But I think we're gonna start working on building a little bit of an island. I'm gonna place some temporary blocks here to make the island base for Kame House. We want to make the island pretty big for the most part, because we're going to want to fit a whole house on it, so you don't want to make it too little and then not have enough space for like the beach or anything. And then if I have a chance, I'd like to bring over a turtle we saw when we were building our dock, and we can bring that turtle over here, and he can be the turtle that lives on Master Roshi's island. I think that if you've never seen Dragon Ball, it might be hard to comprehend, but the impact that it has had on media today is nuts. I guarantee you, and I mean this in no exaggeration, I almost guarantee you that there's probably a franchise, a series that you enjoy that could have had at least an episode, a moment, something inspired by Dragon Ball. You see it in everything, whether it's Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball, GT, Super, or just regular Dragon Ball. There's like you'll see clips of like the Powerpuff Girls referencing Dragon Ball. You'll see like there was one in Gumball. You'll see it like everywhere, and it's had such an impact on pop culture. I think it's probably one of the most influential shows of our generation, if I may be so daring to say. It is truly popular culture. Like it is nuts to think of how much it spawned, how many people got inspired of it to make amazing things. And I'm sorry, I'm just a blubbering idiot today, but whew, I had a rough last night, honestly. So I hope you guys at least find some enjoyment in this episode, and I won't spend too much time talking. I think I'll cut to a time lapse now, and we'll we'll let Nefex do the talking. So I'll see you guys after we're done. Boop. So I take a step back, and I'm kind of, you know, you shoot myself in the foot, I guess, in a sense. But I'm sitting here, and I'm like, I really like this area that we're building, but it's supposed to be an island, and it kind of looks weird how close it would be to other places. I do want to like be able to look at it from the scenery, so maybe I might move it over to here. I don't know if I will completely move that, and it sucks because I really like the shape of that one. Maybe Maybe here. I want it to look cool, but I also want it to be in a place where I can see it, you know? So it's not... Because if it's too close to that, it kind of feels like it's not an island, and then if it's too far away and I can't see it, then it doesn't feel like you know, if it's too far away, then I can't see it. But if it's too close, it doesn't feel like an island, and I don't want it to be like in line with that too much. Um, it's so rough. I might have to fly around and find a place to put it. I mean, we can do it on the other side here. I think there's some water. Ooh, we could put it here. We could convert an island here, maybe. Or we could put it... Ooh. No, I like it back over there. Okay. We'll figure out a place, but that's over by that side isn't terrible. I just don't want it next too close to the research center. um and I might end up clearing out these ice areas here. I think this might be a really good spot for it. I'll probably end up clearing out that one. I could just move it back from this location, maybe. We'll figure it out. I think moving it just straight back might be the way to go. I think I also have taken some time, you know. I've haven't been solely working on this today. I've been doing other stuff, but I've sat back a little bit, and I was just kind of thinking to myself, it's like I didn't feel this way. Like I haven't felt this way towards like any sort of celebrities dying. Maybe like the last person I really felt this way was when Etika passed away. And I was trying to think like, why do I feel so emotional over this person I've never met and just someone I very much enjoy what they've made? And I think something for me, and this has always been Dragon Ball for me, is that I don't think Dragon Ball has the best story. And I don't want any Dragon Ball fans, I really don't want you guys coming at me, and I hope you guys can agree with me. I'm not trying to disrespect it, but I don't think Dragon Ball has the best story. I don't think Dragon Ball has the best characters, you know, the most in-depth characters. But I think what the important thing for Dragon Ball is to me, and what makes Dragon Ball is the emotions I feel when watching Dragon Ball, you know? It's that feeling of when you see Goku, you know, go Super Saiyan, you just want to stand up with him, you know, it's like the practicing the Kamehameha into the fucking mirror, you know, like it's that kind of feeling that like gets me, and I think that's why I'm so emotional. It's because Dragon Ball is just nothing but emotions for me, and it's hard to think that someone who gave me those emotions is gone now. It's really hard. But I think that what I can do to make things right, you know, to make things good is you know, nobody who dies wants you to sit and feel sad for the rest of your life, because that's not the point. But is the most important thing I think I can do, and what anyone can do if you have been touched by Akira Toriyama's work, is just create your own stuff, you know, and support people that you like. You know, I think, sorry, I'm getting now blubbery again, but I think a very important thing is to show your appreciation, your love to people when they're alive. Because I really wonder if Akira Toriyama really understood or comprehended the impact he had on like countries, like civilizations. Like I don't think he could have fully understood that, when there's like countries that like like Goku is more known than like Jesus, you know? So I think that's why this has hit me harder than anything else before it. And why it's so damn hard to pick a spot to build it, because I want it in like the perfect spot. Because I'm also thinking of building like a house, I think, around there for myself, and so it would be really nice to be able to see Kame House from my own house, but also have it still look like an island with not a lot of things around it. It's very difficult, so I'm going to keep playing around with it, and then I'll start the time lapse when I think I found a good spot, and we'll catch you guys from there. Boop. So, I'm just working on the island right now, and I'm actually really enjoying how it looks right so far. Um, but I kind of just wanted to take an aside to talk a little bit, to explain a little bit better my point. So we were talking previously, and I was saying that like for me, Dragon Ball is always about emotions. I just want to make sure that like people don't misunderstand my points, because I said that Dragon Ball isn't the best story, doesn't have the best characters. I don't want to say that Dragon Ball is bad. I love Dragon Ball, I love Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super. When I say Dragon Ball, I mean the overarching Dragon Ball, as many people that use it would say it. But what I'm trying to say is this is kind of this is how I feel. This is why I love Dragon Ball. Is back in the day, like whenever I used to listen to music while working out. I now just listen to whatever, but I used to listen to music, get like pumped up and amped to work out, like, oh yeah, like listen to heavy rock music or listen to cool music that I liked to get myself amped up. But there was one video that I didn't use for music to get amped up in the gym, and that was when it was a clip of when Goku in Dragon Ball Super in the Tournament of Power goes Ultra Instinct like sign, like not fully Ultra Instinct, but like he just got his like ass kicked by Jiren, right? And everybody's like, "Oh, it's fucking over, mate. It's over. Goku lost, And then it's the English dub version, but I love both dub versions for different reasons. But Beerus shouts out to Goku, right? He goes, "Goku! Like, is this really it for us saying, Goku? Are you finished?" And then all of a sudden, like rumbling happens, and everybody's like, "What?" And Beerus is like, "Here it comes." Like he knew the whole time, and then dun 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 dun. Like, you know what I mean? Like that shit is fucking hype, right? Like that shit gets you motivated. Once like Dragon Ball's the type of show that, like, when I watch it, I just want to do fucking push-ups. You know? It's like, it gets me hyped. And so, like, I hope people don't take what I say as disrespect, because I truly love Dragon Ball with all my heart. And I just wanted to, like, and I overthink things, you know, too, so I wanna make sure people know that, like, I love Dragon Ball, and you know, I wouldn't be crying about it in this episode if I didn't. So I just wanted to make sure everybody was aware, and like, and try to re-explain my thought, because sometimes, you know, you explain something and you think you're explaining it the right way, and then you find out later on that, like, people are like, no, dude, you were like, had no idea what you're trying to say there, like, or I thought the exact opposite, you know. But yeah, I think that's what Dragon Ball has always been to me. Is just that feeling of, like, oh, like, you can literally feel, like, the hairs on your arms stand up, and you can feel the energy just blasting off the screen. It's nuts. Like, the feeling that I get from Dragon Ball is truly like nothing. Like nothing. Like Gohan becoming Super Saiyan 2 for the first time. Like, nuts. Absolutely nuts. Fucking all that shit, man. Like Ultra Instinct. Like, and I should say that that Dragon Ball does actually have, like, really cool characters, but when I say, you know, Dragon Ball, it doesn't have the best characters. It's like a lot of Dragon Ball is focused on the fighting and becoming stronger aspect, you know, and friendship. And that's what I mean when I say, like, it's not like a big fucking think piece of, like, you have to sit there and really pay attention to all the nuance to it. It's just good old fashioned fun, and it's fucking amazing. And I think that shows don't have to be like like, they don't have to be Rick and Morty. You don't need to be the fucking um smartest guy in the room to understand them for it to be good, you know? And I think Dragon Ball is one of the best anime of all time. Truly, it is the grandfather of the big three. And I think that it's changed my life forever. I think, and sorry if this gets into rambling, but this is like therapy for me, so hopefully you guys enjoy it. But, like, anytime I think of, like, oh, imagine what this cool fight would be, and just, like, thinking about fights in my head, it's always in the Dragon Ball style. You know, it's not like I always think of cool, crazy people flying at each other, and it's like, you know, the clashes and stuff. I always think of it like that. I never think of fights like any other anime. Like, Dragon Ball, to me, the fights are just legendary. It's the best thing. Like, my favorite Dragon Ball movie is Super Broly. I actually rewatched it recently in my Discord server with some people. When I found out the news, I was just like, I just gotta watch, like, something Dragon Ball related, because I'm way too sad, and I've been fucked up all day, man. It's been rough. Um, but, like, Dragon Ball Super Broly is my favorite Dragon Ball movie. And it's not because of the story, it's not because of the in-depth characters, it's because Broly, well, I actually really like Broly's story. But it's not the most, like, crazy story. They don't go too much into it. But, like, I love the fights. Like, that fight with Broly is nuts. It is I think personally the greatest fight in anime. Like, it's kind of hard to top that for me. And that's what I think I love about Dragon Ball so much, is just the energy you feel, you know? I think people, like, you know, like, for me, I didn't want to, like, grow up to be a basketball player, you know? I didn't want to grow up to be a fireman. I didn't want to grow up to be a um a police officer. I wanted to grow up and be fucking Yamcha. I wanted to be Goku. I wanted to be Vegeta. I wanted to be Krill. Like, these were the people I wanted to grow up and be like, you know? Like, they were the people I looked up to, and like, the people that really just, it changed my life. And it's hard to explain, and I probably over-explained it to death, but I hope you guys at least enjoy my ramblings a little bit. And if not, don't worry. We're gonna get back into the time-lapse right now. Okay. I've finished up the island for the most part. There's still a lot to do, like build the house and add a little bit more, but I've done the most part, for the most part, what I wanted to do. And so I want to show off this before I end off for the day, and I'll come back here tomorrow. We're gonna put the house here. I don't know how big the house is gonna be. I'm gonna try my best, but I'm gonna add some detailing. So we had some rocks on the beach. There's gonna be bushes around there, and we're gonna have some pine trees. So there's gonna be overall a lot of little different stuff that I have never done before. But I also want to say, just out of randomness, just if you want to know a little bit of how my brain works, is I process things weird and I mourn things weird, and if for some reason Dragon Ball becomes like a fixation for the next year, where I'm like, oh, Dragon Quest, Dragon Ball, it's because that's my way of mourning, I guess. Because now, like, I'm a hoarder of memories, and now that Akira Toriyama has passed, I feel like I need to hoard the memories of how I felt watching that that stuff. So there's probably gonna be a lot of Dragon Ball references and stuff, and we'll maybe play some Dragon Quest games and do a bunch of. If there's a lot of Akira Toriyama references, that's why, and I hope you're okay with that. But if you're not, sucks to be you. No, I don't mean to be rude, but it's how I process things, and I don't know really why, but it helps me process stuff, and hey, gives me a little bit of inspiration. So I'm gonna head off for the night, and I'll be back, and I'll keep working on this, and hopefully get this video out at some point in my life. I might not finish the full build, but I will at least try to finish the house, even if just the last outside of the house, because I'm already late on this upload. I think I was supposed to upload one last week, and I just completely just I was not feeling it. I was not feeling it. So we'll see you guys hopefully when we're done. So we'll get back into building. You guys will get back into building. I'm gonna get some sleep. Boop. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like that looks really good. I think that looks super good, especially from far away. So, I have one more thing I would like to do on this island. Um, and then we'll probably end off the episode of WonderCraft, and I'll try to get this one out. I do have a little bit of a funny story that I'd like to talk about first. So I finished building Kame House, right? Didn't do any of the trees yet. Go fly over there, go get some like mangrove wood or whatever, fly back, come here. Guess what mob spawned in this little area here? The one Minecraft mob that spawned here. A witch. And for those of you who are unfamiliar, I can't remember if she's actually a witch or just a fortune teller, but Masoroshi's sister is like wears like a top like a witch hat and flies on a ball, and this is Masoroshi's house, so I just laughed that like how crazy out of Minecraft. It could have been a creeper, it could have been a skeleton. It was a witch. Super crazy. But yeah, so this is the first time I've ever done palm trees. And you can see the real inconsistencies in this one. I think this palm tree is the best palm tree I did, but I think that one looks the best, if that makes sense. I feel like that one's a really nice palm tree, and I really like how the different sizes they are and the different styles. It really makes it feel like, because not every tree is the same. And then we added some bushes, not a huge bush making guy. I also like to play with graphics on fast, but it also looks really nice with the leaves looking like regular leaves in Minecraft. Arguably might sway me to play with fancy, but I honestly really like leaves that just look like that, to be honest. But yeah, I think I've been having so much fun with this build. It's been really fun just trying to make it as close as possible to Kame House. I'm gonna make the inside a little bit better because right now it's just got like a roof and stuff, so I'll try to like add the flooring, add like the TV in there, but I probably won't do it this episode. I might do it in between this episode and next episode, or it'll maybe be in the next episode. But I want to build one more thing before we end off, and I hope it turns out well, and I hope you guys like it because I'm going to keep it a surprise. All right, all right, I think it's fair to say that Kame House is officially complete. I took out some of those icebergs behind its place because it didn't make it look like a tropical beach, you know what I mean? I really like the deep blue of the Arctic Ocean, so I was happy I could build this here. But the icebergs were a bit much. But what possibly could I have forgotten or wanted to add to my build, you might ask? Well, of course, it's good old Nimbus. Yeah, I wanted to add Nimbus to my build, and I also want to quickly say that I followed, not exactly, but there's a person on YouTube that when I was looking up references, I didn't follow exactly their thing, but definitely I was inspired by their Nimbus that they did. And the video is called I Recreated Kame House in Minecraft. It's by Stan616, so if you guys want to check them out. They are really cool, really talented builder. They build a lot of anime-related stuff. I saw some couple One Piece spoilers. They're just buildings and not like actual spoilers for me, but I was like, oh, shouldn't watch any more of those. But yeah, we added Nimbus. His Nimbus is from that video is curving. I wanted to make it look more like a shooting star almost. So I wanted to get like a side profile, but this is what it looks like from the other angles and just straight up, and I really like it. I think it's super fun. And I think that this is basically complete Kame House. Like, Kame House in general is a pretty simple designed house. It's not like crazy detailed, you know, it's just kind of a box. So it was not too bad to build, which is really nice. So yeah, I mean, this was the episode of WonderCraft today, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope to see you guys next time, and I hope you guys had a lot of fun. Basically, all I want to say is to reiterate my point. I think Dragon Ball is all about the memories we share and the energy we feel around the characters, because I was saying a bunch of shit that I didn't really know how to put into words, but Dragon Ball is really important to me. Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball GT is really important to me, and I think it is one of the most influential shows in my life, and I hope that one day I can make something that inspires people to do and make their own things, you know. Uh, and if you guys build anything or do any sort of Minecraft or Dragon Ball related stuff, feel free to share it. I have a Discord. If you have a YouTube channel, you know, feel free to share it in the comments. Say, hey, like, just type, like, hey, this is my YouTube channel. Go check me out. You know, why not? And then maybe I'll take some time to go watch your guys' stuff. But until next time, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.